Hi, Aletha here with Create Your Future. I want to do something I have never done in a video before, and I hope it doesn't bore you. I want to read a short story, one that I know you're familiar with, but I believe sincerely that it has a lot of good teachable lessons in it for us as we go through the process of manifesting and dealing with our thoughts. The story is a Cherokee story about two wolves. You see, I knew you knew it. All right, here we go. A young boy came to his grandfather, filled with anger at another boy who had done him an injustice. The old grandfather said to his grandson, "Let me tell you a story. I too at times have felt great hate for those who have taken so much with no sorrow for what they do. But hate wears you down, and hate does not hurt your enemy. Hate is like taking poison and wishing your enemy would die. I have struggled with these feelings many times. It is as if there are two wolves inside me. One wolf is good and does no harm. He lives in harmony with all around him and does not take offense when offense is not intended. He will only fight when it is right to do so and in the right way. But the other wolf is full of anger. The littlest thing will set him into a fit of temper. He fights everyone all the time for no reason. He cannot think because his anger and hate are so great. It is helpless anger because his anger will change nothing. Sometimes it is hard to live with these two wolves inside me because both of the wolves try to dominate my spirit." The boy looked intently into his grandfather's eyes and asked, "Which wolf will win, grandfather?" The grandfather smiled and said, "The one I feed." We've all heard that story before, and we all can draw the conclusions as to what the message is. However, with the law of assumption, we struggle with thoughts that are negative and feelings of resentment and anger at what the 3D is showing us. And the grandfather is telling us that it's, in my opinion, it's like having two wolves living inside of me. I have this side of me that, and I consider it to be my higher self, that is loving and kind and wants very much to create love and joy and peace into my life and into the life of the people in my universe, and as a collective energy towards all humanity. Then there's this other side of me that can be so filled with my negative side of my ego, wanting justice, wanting to find blame somewhere, feeling resentment and anger and hurt and wanting to lash back. And it isn't productive in any way, shape, or form. So when I have a specific situation that I want to manifest, it's like having two wolves inside of me. One is good and on my side, and the other one is evil and full of anger and not for me. It's telling me I'm not valuable. It's telling me I'm worthless. It's telling me I can't do this. It's telling me this will never happen. It's telling me it's impossible. All the time. It's telling me that that person would never love me or want to be with me, that that person doesn't like me and doesn't want any part of me, or is ghosting me, or that money could never come, or that health. Your body will never heal itself. You are predestined to certain illnesses and diseases genetically. Those things aren't truth. And yet, it is so strong and powerful, and it fights against the side of me that tells me I am valuable, I am worthwhile, I am beautiful, I am healthy, I am prosperous, I am the person my SP loves dearly and wants to be with for all of his life or her life. And it tells me those good things, while this other side of me, these other thoughts in me, are just, no, that's not true. It is beating up against me. And it's like waves crashing open against the wall, and the erosion that has taken place inside of me because I have this battle going on. And what do? Well, we recognize that what the grandfather said, and because the grandsons ask, well, which wolf will win? You know, the good or the evil? And the grandfather says it's the one we feed. And you know, the one that is angry and speaking only negative, hurtful things to us inside of us, that voice is so powerful because we give it the power, but it pushes hard, and it's really difficult to not feed it. It's really difficult, and it's deceptive and subtle, and we fall right into its prey so easily. But we can't feed it. We have to starve it. And in order to starve it, we must feed the good side, the good thoughts, the thoughts that say, even though I have proof that I'm not valuable if I think I do, even if I have proof that my SP from the 3D is with someone else, even if I have proof that my bank account is really low instead of what I want it to be or need it to be, even though I have symptoms that say I'm not healthy, I still need to starve the negative side of me and feed the positive side of me, the side of me that says, I am perfect health. My SP does love me and want to be with me. I have hundreds of thousands of dollars in the bank. It seems unbelievable, doesn't it? And that's what that voice, the other voice says, the negative voice says, it's unbelievable. Look at your checkbook. Look at yourself in the mirror. Look at your SP. Where is he? Where is she? What are they doing? Are they here? And still, the only way to silence that voice is to starve it, to not feed it. How do we feed it? We feed it with our emotions. We feed it by falling into its deceptions and allowing it to continue to talk to us, that we feed it with more thoughts. We allow it to continue. We go into these little mental tirades where we are imagining, yes, they aren't with me, they're with them, and they're probably out at a park, or they're out running around and doing fun things, and I'm here. It's Saturday night, and I'm home alone, and he's with her, or she's with him. My bank account's empty. I can't pay my bills, or it's a struggle to pay my bills. You know, and we just fall into, well, what will happen if I can't pay that bill? What will happen if I don't pay my electric bill? They'll shut off my current. I'll be in darkness. I'll be ashamed. I'll be embarrassed. So we go into those negative places with that negative voice inside of us, and we create more of what we don't want. And the only way to stop that is to not go into those negative places. It's like we crawl into the cave, like there's two caves. Well, maybe one cave and then one great big beautiful sunshine. Instead of staying out in the sunshine with the positive voice, in the place where there's hope and joy and the possibility for everything, that everything is possible for you, we crawl into that cave, that dark, damp, closed in, claustrophobic cave, and we stay in there. And we let that thing talk to us, that darkness, we let it talk to us. And we allow it to influence us. And we go down those dark, negative paths of hurt and pain and more sorrow. And then we say, well, why don't things manifest for me? Why don't I have my SP? Why am I always so poor? Why am I always unhealthy? But we have been in a cave with darkness. Let's come out into the sunshine, out into the open sky that's limitless, where all things are possible, and stay with that voice and feed that, give that our attention, and starve out the darkness. Do you know that if you continue working with a concerted effort to starve the darkness in you, it will go away a little bit, a lot, almost not around ever again? Because it can't live on your love. it only lives on fear. It can't live on hope and joy and trust. It lives on hate and hurt and sorrow. It lives on fear and anger and resentment. It consumes you till you are nothing. And then you hear people say, I've lost my identity. Well, of course, you've given it over to something dark and unproductive. It has no power other than to control you. So let us close and put a big boulder in front of that cave entrance and never go there again. And certainly not feed it with our thoughts. Let's not give those negative thoughts any of our attention. Neville Goddard says, take your attention away from your problem. That could be those negative thoughts telling you you're not worthwhile, you're not valuable, your SP doesn't like you, you don't have enough money, you're a sick person, whatever it is. So you take your attention away from the problem and all the reasons why you cannot achieve that ideal situation that you want. And that's what that negative voice does, right? It's telling you all the time why you can't do this. It is a place of darkness. And it will only create more darkness in your life. But Neville says, instead of giving your attention to all of that, concentrate your, and I like to add in there, full attention entirely upon the thing that you desire, which is that good side of you, that positive voice, that higher self of you that is omnipotent and omnipresent. It's all powerful, it's all present. It knows everything. It is everything. It is your higher self. It is from a dimension higher than the 3D. And it is love. And love heals everything. It's not darkness, it's light. Light produces light. Love produces love. We want to stay in a place of light and love, which then produces for us the things our heart desires, which produces for us joy and peace. And remember that in that light, even before you see the thing that you desire to manifest show up in your 3D reality, you can have to experience it first internally. You need to enjoy that light. Enjoy the joy of feeling what it would feel like to be with your SP, what you would be doing, saying, and how you would be acting. Then that goes for everything else in life, with your health, with money, whatever it may be. Feel what it would feel to be healthy and vibrant and full of vitality and energy and youthfulness. Feel how that feels internally and keep doing that and feed that, feed that. Neville says in another passage somewhere, immerse yourself in those feelings that come with having what your heart desires. So living from the end and feeling how wonderful that is, and immerse yourself in that day and night. Stay away from the cave of darkness. Those thoughts come to you, reject them. Because remember, it only grows and expands if you feed it. And you feed it by allowing yourself to think and feel the feelings it pushes at you. But if you reject that and say, and force yourself, I mean, you have to force yourself sometimes, let's face it, and set intentions that I will only give my attention to the positive thoughts in me, the things that I choose to manifest into my life. I will only give my concentration and attention and love and entire being to the good in me, to the things that will produce life, to love. And when you do that, and the more you do that, you're feeding that, it will grow, it will expand, it will, light always overpowers darkness, but you've got to put something into it. You have to feed it. You have to immerse yourself in it. You have to jump in with both feet and say, I am the light of the world. And I am love that produces love. I am love that produces life. I am life that produces life. And you can't be life If you're over here in a dark cave, your death, your sorrow, your sadness, your grief, your hurt, your fear. But love is everything opposite of that. And that's the true nature. That's truly who you are. So let's feed the truth of who we are with our hearts constantly focused on all the good things that we want in our lives, and everything coming from a place of love and joy and peace, knowing that as I create there in that higher self, that place of love, and I stick to it and I feed it with all of my attention, it will produce life. It will produce the thing my heart desires. We create from places of love. So we are that kind of creator, and we have that gift and that power. And as a power, you have to make a choice between letting the darkness grow or the light shine. Blessings. If you like this, if this video has been a help to you, then I intend that you take a step forward into the light and click the link below for coaching. Blessings.